Hi everyone! Ako si Prince and welcome sa ating lesson for today. Kaisa na aking mga kagrupo, sa video na ito ating tatalakayin ngayon ang Principal Agent Theory at Information Asymmetry. Alam niyo ba kung bakit minsan hindi pareho ang ginagawa ng isang employee sa gusto ng boss? O kung minsan naman sa isang transaction ay mayroong isang party na mas maraming alam kumpara sa isa. Yan mismo ang tinatawag nating information asymmetry o kapag hindi pantay ang kaalaman ng dalawang panig. Sa video na ito, ating aalamin kung ano ang ibig sabihin ng konseptong ito at kung paano ito nangyayari at kung paano ito nakakaapekto sa desisyon sa isang business o economics. So sit back, relax, and let's learn about the Principal Agent and Information Asymmetry. And now, before we proceed to our discussion, I would like to introduce our first discussion leader, Miss Georgina Tabang, para ipaliwanag sa atin ang basic information at framework ng Principal Agent and Information Asymmetry.
Good day, everyone, and welcome to today's discussion. With my co-discussion leaders, we will present to you the Principal Agent Theory and Asymmetric Information. The next slide is, what is Principal Agent Theory? The Principal Agent Theory describes a relationship where one party delegates authority to another party to act on their behalf. In short, the principal is a person or entity who has this authority and wants a specific task to done, while the agent is the person or entity who is hired or tasked to act on the principal's on behalf. So, for example, when you hire a financial advisor to manage your investment, you are the principal, and the financial advisor is the agent. So, in this case, the relationship is you're relying on the agent to act in your best interest and make decisions that will benefit you. So another example, in a classroom setting, the principal-agent relationship can be applied to, where the student can be seen as the principal while the teacher is the agent. So how do we explain this? So the principal or the student desires a specific outcome such as learning, having a good grades or knowledge and skills. So the agent or the teacher is delegated the responsibility to deliver instructions, assign tasks, and manage the learning process in the university or the college or the schools. So this theory focuses on the challenges when the agent's interests and goals are different from one another or different from those of the principal, so leading to potential conflicts and information asymmetry. So the question is, what is asymmetric information? In the next slide, you can see the definition of asymmetric information. Asymmetric information describes a situation where one party has more or better information than the other party, and this can happen in a way or in a context such as when one party has more information about the quality or characteristic of a product or service than the other party, it is called adverse selection. While when one party takes on more risk than they would normally take because they don't have an idea or they don't bear the full consequences of their actions, it is called moral hazard. So the question is, what is the relationship of principal-agent in asymmetric information? So as you can see in the picture, the relationship between the principal and the agent is defined by asymmetric information when one party in the transaction or in a situation possess more or has a better information than the other. So in the context of principal-agent setting, the core issue is that the agent often holds private information that the principal don't have or principals lacks. So this is where the principal-agent problem arises from the combination of these two factors, a conflict of interest and asymmetric information. So specifically, the principal's inability to perfectly monitor or verify the agent's actions, this can lead to asymmetric information. So I hope it is clear now the definition of principal-agent theory and asymmetric information. Now, I'd like to hand it over to Mr. Tabang to take us through the next part of our discussion. Thank you.
Maraming salamat po, Ms. Georgina Tabang, for that clear explanation on the principal-agent relationship and information asymmetry. To continue our discussion, let's now look at why asymmetric information matters and saan nanggagaling ang problems na ito. So first, ano ba yung dalawang types ng asymmetric information? So unang-una, meron tayong tinatawag na hidden action. Ito o yung kilala bilang tawag na moral hazard. Ito yung nangyayari after makakontract or magka-contract ang principal at ang agent. So dito yung the agent ay maaaring gumawan aksyon or the agent may take actions na hindi nakikita o na monitor ng principal. Kaya may chance na gawa nila ng paraan for personal benefit or self-interest if hindi ito align sa gusto ng principal. So may mga bagay na tawag dito na gagawin yung agent na hindi align doon sa gusto ng principal. Example, so sa mga corporations, shareholders ang principals at managers ang agents. Mas informed ang managers tungkol sa daily operations ng isang kumpanya. Okay, di ba? Kaya minsan mas inuuna nila ang sariling interest like bonuses or job security kaysa shareholder value. Kasi doon naman sila magbe-benefit talaga sa bonuses at sa job security. So, isang real na halimbawa sa Enron scandal ng 2001. Executives hid debt and overstated profits to keep stock prices high and secure personal bonuses. Hindi ito nakita ng shareholders dahil sa information asymmetry. So, ano ba yung nito? Ano ba yung insights? So, kapag weak ang monitoring at opaque ang accounting systems, mas lumalala ang asymmetric information. Kaya kailangan ng strong governance and auditing. Ganon. Ano naman yung ikalawang information? Ikalawang source ng problem. So, ito yung tinatawag nating hidden information or adverse selection. Ito naman ay nangyayari di umano kapag before ng contract. So, before kayo mag-sign ng contract ng principal. So, merong private information yung agent tulad ng ability, risk level, or true quality na hindi nakikita ng principal. Dahil nga ito ay tawag dito, private matters. So, dahil dito, yung principal may end up choosing the wrong agent or wrong product. Diba? So, dahil hindi alam ng principal, pwedeng mapili niya yung mali na agent. So, for example, noong 2008, mayroong global financial crisis. Mas alam ng banks or ng agents ang totoong risk ng mortgage-backed securities kaysa investors. Itong investors na ito yung mga principal. At yung agents naman ay yung banks. So, isa sa mga patunay na buhay na halimbawa ay noong banks package risky subprime loans and sold them as high-grade assets. Investors bought them believing they were safe dahil wala silang access to the same internal information dahil nga ang information ay doon lang mismo sa loob ng bangko. So, bumili sila ng investments. So, ang kinalabasan nito, nagresulta ito sa adverse selection. Kung saan yung investors ay bumibili ng products without knowing the real risk leading to financial collapse. So, hindi nila alam kung ano yung mga possible na nangyari. Anong possible na nangyari? Bumibili lang sila, hindi nila alam na maaring bumagsak or maaring malugi sila doon. Dahil nga ito ay internal lang. So, ano yung implications? So these situations may create or what we call agency cost o mag-cause siya ng agency cost. Ito yung gastos ng principal para mag-monitor, magbigay ng incentives o maglagay ng restrictions para siguraduhin na yung agent ay gagawin ang kanyang best interest ng principal. Because dahil ang principal cannot perfectly observe the agent's actions. So kailangan gumastos for audits, reporting systems, performance-based incentives, and other mechanisms. So para kahit ganon, may residual loss pa rin because alignment is never perfect. So kahit ganon, meron pa rin mga residual loss kasi hindi naman talaga perfect. And by that, so para tawag dito, para maiwasan ang sources of problems na ito ng information asymmetric, ay kailangan nga nun gumawa ng mga bonuses. Ngayon, dumako naman tayo sa implications ng principal-agent problem and asymmetric information. Una, dahil nga ang agent ay may tendency to pursue their own interest tulad ng pagiging risk-averse o pagkuha ng private benefits o pag-slack, nagkakaroon ng value loss. Ibig sabihin, the principal does not get the optimal outcome na dapat sana ay makukuha kung aligned ang incentives nila. So, bakit ba nangyayari ito? Because of asymmetric information, mas alam ng agent ang tungkol sa actions at performance nila kaysa sa principal. At dahil hindi perfect ang monitoring, the agent can act differently from what the principal expects or prefers. Ikalawa naman, ang mga inefficiencies na ito ay pwedeng mag-lead sa organizational failure or even market failure. Kapag hindi aligned ang incentives at hindi nakikita ang actions ng agent, nagiging inefficient ang buong sistema. So for example, yung managers bilang agents. Itong mga managers might mag-take ng less risk than what shareholders want dahil mas concerned sila sa job security. Maaari din silang gumamit ng company resources para sa personal benefit like perks or unnecessary bonuses o yung mga hindi naman importanteng bonus o magbigay ng less effort kapag mahirap i-monitor ang performance nila. So hindi sila nagtatrabaho ng maganda. These behaviors prevent the organization from achieving best possible outcome. Bumababa yung profitability, yung effectiveness at yung overall efficiency kaya tinatawag itong loss of value or agency inefficiency. At kapag nangyari ito ng malawakan sa maraming firms or markets, nagresulta ito sa market failure kung saan hindi nagagamit ng productive ang resources ng ekonomiya. In short, misaligned incentives plus asymmetric information ay pwedeng mag-lead ng inefficiency, value loss, and potential failure.
Four strategies to mitigate the problem. Number one, the incentive alignment. Incentive alignment is a strategy where the agent's reward are designed to perfectly match the principal's objectives, guaranteeing that both parties benefit from the same results. Like compensation, tools such as commissions, stock options, and a profit sharing ensures that agents are motivated by the firm's success. Consequently, they are much likely to make decisions that serve the principal's best long-term interests rather than seeking quick self-serving advantages. For instance, major companies like the PNB or the Philippine National Bank utilize performance bonuses based on profitability and customer service to drive decisions that enhance shareholder value. Monitoring and reporting. To decrease the information advantage an agent holds, the principal should implement a comprehensive monitoring of the agent's activities. Common tools for this includes audits, formal performance reviews, and external oversight, all of which effectively discourage misuse of power, resources, and force a higher degree of accountability. In public sector, the Commission on Audit or the COA serves this function by auditing government budgets, And then when the COA's annual report uncover irregularities in how local government units or LGUs use funds, it directly reduces the information asymmetry between the officials or the agents and the principals. Number 3 is a screening and signaling. Before a contract is signed, the problem of adverse selection arises because of information asymmetry. One party has a crucial private information. This risk is minimized through two pre-contract mechanism. Number 1 is a screening. The hiring party or the principal seeks out information on the applicants or the agents by a tool such as interviews, formal performance tests, and also the background checks. And then the number 2 mechanism is the signaling. The agent or the applicants proactively present credible evidence of their skills and competence, typically through their reputation, experience, and academic credential. This dual approach ensures the selection of suitable individuals as examples demonstrated by the Civil Service Commission. It requirements for applicants to pass the civil service exam and adhere to merit standards. Prevents the hiring of potentially corrupt or incompetent personnel, thereby effectively reducing the risk of adverse selection. And then the number 4 is the contract design and the unverifiable effort. When the principal cannot directly verify the agent's level of effort, contract is strategically designed to reward observable outcomes, such as sales figures or profits. Instead of the effort itself, this approach motivates the agents to perform optimally, particularly in situations where supervision is difficult or limited. A clear illustration for this is like the Department of Education, or the DepEd, which uses a performance-based bonus or the PBB systems. Since teaching quality and effort are hard to observe directly, the reward for teachers and administrators are tied to the measurable result like student performance and national achievement tests, scores, and successful compliance with reporting standard.
Number 1. Corruption and weak enforcement. Even when the system of audits and transparency exists in the Philippines government with weak enforcement and political blockage still weaken the accountability of the system itself. For example, the COA, the Commission of Audits, who act as an agent, uncovers the misuse of public funds of one institution, but the one who will handle the enforcement of penalties will be from another agency. That can cause delays or political protection that often prevent punishment. This shows that agents can act based on their self-interest because rules exist but penalty is rarely enforced. To limited transparency and information access. The principal or the ordinary people often lack in access to trustworthy information on how the government used their taxes or how the agent performed. That shows that the citizens lack access to government data. Number 3. The political patronage and nepotism. Local and national government, the system of political patronage is always evident in hiring or appointing in a certain position, or more often hiring an agent than in both local and national government. The system of political patronage is always evident in hiring or appointing at a certain position, or more often hiring an agent that has connection rather hiring a person based on a merit. This system can end up hiring an unqualified agent. Therefore, inadequate incentive and performance system. The performance-based bonus or rewards often face delays or uneven implementation or poor evaluation limit. This discourages employees and reduce motivation to perform efficiency or tama nang dahil lang sa delay ng incentive or pagbibigay ng mga bonus or rewards. For example, yung mga teachers, they reported delayed or unclear PBB criteria, hindi tamang pag-distribute ng bonuses or rewards according sa effort nila. So, this determined incentive alignment. Number 5, limited monitoring capacity. Even when monitoring mechanism exists, agencies often face resource constraints such as lack of manpower, outdated technology, or efficient training to detect efficiency or fraud.
Good day everyone. Today I will discuss the principal agent problem and how it is influenced by information asymmetry, or the difference in information between two parties. The key idea is simple. The greater the information gap, the more severe the principal agent problem becomes. Kapag mas maraming alam ang agent kaysa sa principal, nagiging mas mahirap para sa principal na suriin o alamin kung ano talaga ang ginagawa ng agent. This situation often results in issues such as moral hazard and adverse selection. For example, in the Philippine context, voters act as the principal while the politician serves as their agents. Once elected, officials often operate without full transparency because voters cannot easily verify their activities. Some officials misuse public funds without immediate accountability. This clearly illustrates how information asymmetry can weaken governance. Now, we will proceed to incentives alignment alone is not enough. A common solution is to create incentive-based systems. For example, bonuses, stock options, or performance-based pay to align the goals of both parties. However, incentives alone are not sufficient. Kahit pa sabihin na ang mga policy ay magaganda, maaari pa rin itong mag-fail kung makakahanap ang agent ng way para samantalahin ang mga loopholes o yung mga kakulangan sa pagbabantay. For example, sa the Philippine performance-based bonus was designed to reward high-performing government employees. Yet, due to delays and unclear criteria, it has not always motivated workers effectively. This shows that incentives must be supported by strong oversight and transparency. Now, we will proceed to point number 3. The problem exists across multiple contexts. The principal agent problem is not limited to business. It is also evident sa government, sa healthcare, education, and sa insurance systems. For example, sa government, citizens depend on elected officials which can lead to corruption or misuse of funds. Sa healthcare naman, doctors may recommend necessary treatments for personal gain. In insurance, clients may take greater risk after being insured, a case of moral hazard. For example, sa PhilHealth, members rely on administrators to manage their contributions responsibly. However, cases of fraud and mismanagement show how this problem also affect the public health sectors. Now, let's proceed to point number 4. Reducing information asymmetry improves governance. From a governance standpoint, the best solution is to reduce information asymmetry through transparency, digital reporting, and accountability measures. When principals can clearly observe what agents are doing, both performance and public trust improve. For example, programs such as Transparency Seal and Freedom of Information Initiative enable citizens to magkaroon ng access sa government data, helping bridge the information gap between the government and the public. In summary, the wider the information gap, the greater the inefficiency. Incentive must be supported by monitoring and transparency. The principal agent problem exists in many institutions. Strengthening accountability and openness is key to effective governance and sustainable development. That's all po.
And with that, we've reached the end of our discussion on the principal-agent relationship and asymmetric information. Nakita natin kung paano nagkakaroon ng hidden action, hidden information, agency cost, and in the long run, inefficiencies or even market failures kapag hindi aligned ang interest ng principal at agent. These concepts remind us that information incentives and transparency matter whether in companies, organizations, or even everyday decision making. Maraming salamat po sa pakikinig, and thank you again sa aking mga kagrupo, kay George, kay Jam, kay Anthony, kay Ira, and kay Ate Ina for sharing their insights and helping us understand these complex ideas in a clearer and more practical way. Muli po, ako si Prince, and we hope this session helped deepen your understanding and encourage you to think about how we can improve accountability and alignment in the systems we work with. Once again, thank you everyone and have a great day ahead. Bye po.